To search for love means you're not ready for love. To search for love means you're not ready for love. And I guess it's that simple. If you have to search for love, it means you're not ready for love. And it means you need to love yourself more. This is one of the reasons I don't like dating apps, is because it feels as if you're looking. Like you're looking for something. Like you're looking for something that you don't necessarily look for. It's more so something you find. I think you find your love, per se. By looking for that love, you're not going to find it at all. You don't search for something like that. It's not something you just try on if it's real. When you don't look for it, you find it. When you try to get it, when you're trying to find it, you usually end up getting something that doesn't last. I'm no saint. Everybody's different. Sometimes you want love for a night that won't last. You're just looking for a one-off thing, and it's part of being human. So do what you gotta do, man. And I would say, if you are searching for love, if you're constantly looking for it, per se, if it's something that fills up most of your day, and you kind of don't even realize it, then it's time to do it alone. It's time to go at it alone. Just do you. Stop searching, stop trying, and just let life, per se, present whoever it is or whatever it is, whenever it may come to you. Put that energy of looking for someone else, per se, into you, into looking for you, into being more you, becoming more you, per se. And that's another thing I also don't like about dating apps, is it's usually 90% of the time based off looks. Now, I'm not going to be a liar and say looks don't play a role. At least for me and other people, they 100% do. You're not going to talk to someone you don't find attractive. And I think, if I'm correct, the brain signals that you are attracted or unattracted to someone within the first 30 seconds you see them. And if it's not 30 seconds, it's a very short amount of time. To have something real, to have something last, there has to be real substance to it. There has to be a sense of raw, real human connection. So it's time to go it alone. And maybe once you start doing things more on your own, once you start doing things more for yourself, you'll stumble into someone along the way. Or maybe you won't. Sometimes you don't, and that's okay. There's a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche that I think of, and I've quoted before.
How can you wish to arise anew if you have not first become ashes?
You know, there's a good video from the YouTube channel Dry Creek Wrangler School where he says,
the one companion that's always going to be with you is yourself. And I think the first thing we have to do is we have to get ourselves to the point where we don't necessarily need a companion. Now, when God created, in the Bible, when God created Adam, and then he looked down, he looked at Adam, he said, it's not good that man be alone. That's why he created Eve. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but it's doable, and sometimes it beats the alternative. And ladies, it's the exact same thing. It's better to be by yourself than it is to be with a bad man. But sometimes we choose less than ideal companions, because to us that beats the alternative of not having any companion. And the reason why we cannot face the concept of not having any companion is because we're not comfortable with ourselves as a companion. We don't want to be left alone by ourselves with ourselves. So we come in and we sit down and we get on our phone, or we turn on the TV, or we go wherever, we do whatever, because we don't want to face the reality of being by ourselves with ourselves. And so, fellas, I would say one of the things I would recommend that you think about, chew on, look into, is start making yourself a companion that you're comfortable with. Now that sounds kind of maybe not real mainstream, but if you had a friend, if you had a person you're going to sit down and spend all the time with, what would you want from that person? What would you want?
become comfortable with yourself as a companion. Stop looking. Be who you are. Become more than you are. Put that energy into you, and I guarantee you're gonna find who and what you're looking for along the way. Just think about it right now. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it can't happen, because it does. But how many times when you've been searching for love has it lasted? Has it felt good or felt real? And how many times when you weren't looking and you stumbled upon love or someone per se, has it felt good? Has it felt right? Has it felt real? And one of the factors that comes with searching for love per se is you can tend to settle for someone who doesn't really meet your expectations just because it's love. But rather, if you put that energy of searching for love into loving yourself, into being more of who you are, as I've said, into becoming more of who you are, your standards become set without ever having to be said. Because as cliche and cheesy as this sounds, a good man doesn't ask for respect, he gets it. And to go further with that, I'm not going to say you won't have to ask for certain things with a partner, with a significant other, with someone you love, because sometimes you do. But you're more likely to get someone who fits your standards, who respects your standards, and who has standards like yours by being who you are and or becoming more than you are. You don't necessarily have to ask. The people I know who have been in the longest relationships kind of just met. They didn't necessarily look for it. It kind of just happened. And they tend to be together the longest. This could all just be nonsense, but to search for love means you're not ready for love. And if you're not ready for love, you need to love yourself more. So it might be time to go at it alone, to go off on your own for a while and live intensely to live. And a byproduct of when you go off alone and you focus on you will become more of who you are. You will become more. You will be more. You will find out more about yourself. You will understand more about life and the world and your world. So to search for love means you're not ready for love. It's time to go at it alone. Become more of who you are, and you'll get what's coming to you. The world is yours. Dare to be great.